There was a time when growing old was a badge of honor, a symbol of wisdom, a life well lived. The elders of past generations lived well into their 90s, even their hundreds. They sat on their porches, watching the world change around them, telling stories of times long gone, their voices strong, their memories sharp. But that is not the world we live in today. Something changed. And it changed quietly. No announcement, no warning, just a gradual shift, so subtle that no one noticed until it was too late. The numbers don't lie. Seniors are leaving us too soon, not in their 90s, not even in their 80s, but far earlier than anyone expected, at 75, at 70, at 65. And the strangest part, it's happening everywhere, quietly, relentlessly, and no one is talking about it. At first it seemed like chance, a coincidence. Maybe it was genetics. Maybe it was just part of aging. But when we looked closer, when we really paid attention, we saw the pattern, the truth hiding in plain sight. Because behind the scenes, something else was at play. Something that had nothing to do with fate and everything to do with the choices we make every single day. A man in perfect health wakes up one morning feeling different. Not sick, not unwell, just different. He brushes it off. It's nothing, he thinks. But a week later, he's weaker. A month later, his energy is gone. A year later, so is he. A woman, vibrant and full of life, suddenly finds herself forgetting things. First, small things. Where she put her glasses. A familiar name that won't come to mind. Then, bigger things. Faces, places, entire conversations. Just getting older, they tell her. But then one day, she forgets everything. And the worst part? It's not random. It's not just the way things are. It's not fate. These are signs, warnings, clues about what's really happening beneath the surface. What if I told you that most seniors don't live past 75, not because of their genes, not because of natural aging, but because of tiny, unseen choices made every single day? Choices they don't even realize they're making. And worse, no one is telling them the truth. You've seen it happen. A friend, a loved one, someone you've known for years. They were fine. They were here, and then they weren't. You tell yourself it was natural. It was their time. But deep down, something doesn't sit right. It was too sudden, too soon, and you wonder, why? Because the truth is, it doesn't have to be this way. It was never supposed to be this way. By the end of this video, you will know the truth. The secrets hidden behind the numbers. The quiet dangers that most never notice, until it's too late. And more importantly, you'll know how to stop it, how to defy the odds, how to take back the years that should have always been yours. Because this isn't just another story. This isn't just another statistic. This is about you, your life, your future. Let's begin with the hidden reasons why seniors don't live past 75. A life isn't lost in a single moment, not in an accident, not in an instant, not in one dramatic event. No, it happens quietly, slowly, a day at a time, a choice at a time, a habit at a time. Most seniors don't die because their bodies give up. They die because something has been breaking them down, piece by piece, long before they ever realize it. And by the time they do, it's already too late. These are the unseen killers of longevity, the things no one talks about, the dangers hiding in plain sight, and if you're not careful, they will take you too. Stress, the silent time bomb. Stress, you can't see it, you can't touch it, but it's inside you, working against you every second of every day. Stress isn't just a feeling, it's a slow poison, a quiet assassin that burrows itself deep within the body, whispering destruction where no one can hear it. Weakened heart, accelerated aging, inflammation, memory loss, organ failure. But here's the real problem. Most seniors don't even realize they're stressed. Not really. Not in the way that matters. They tell themselves it's just part of getting older, that the tension in their chest is normal, that the exhaustion, the headaches, the forgetfulness, it's all just life. But it's not. Stress speeds up aging. It weakens the heart. It turns the body against itself. And when it's left unchecked for years, for decades, the result is always the same. But here's what they don't tell you. Stress can be reversed. And the people who live past 90, they know exactly how. We'll get to that soon, but first, the next killer. The sitting disease. How inactivity is worse than smoking. What if I told you that sitting is more dangerous than smoking? That staying still, remaining too comfortable, is one of the biggest reasons people never see their 80s? People think aging means slowing down, that resting is necessary, but the moment the body stops moving, it begins to decay. Muscle loss, weakened bones, a heart that doesn't beat as strong as it once did. Sitting for hours every day shrinks your body, shortens your breath, and accelerates disease faster than most people realize. And the worst part, once your body starts breaking down, getting it back is nearly impossible. You may not feel it today, but the damage is already happening, right now, at this very moment. But here's the thing, the seniors who live the longest, the ones who are still strong at 90, they don't stop moving, they don't stop walking, they don't stop living, and neither should you. Food, it is either your greatest weapon or your slowest poison. For decades, seniors have been told to eat heart-healthy foods, to follow the latest trends, to trust the labels that promise low-fat, sugar-free, organic. But what if I told you that some of the foods marketed to seniors are actually making them sick? Too much sugar, too little protein, the wrong kinds of fats, the so-called healthy options filled with chemicals that disrupt the body's natural balance. The truth is, your food is either keeping you alive or slowly killing you. And what most seniors eat every day, it's taken years off their lives. But the longest living people in the world? They eat differently. They follow ancient secrets passed down for centuries. And in a moment, I'll tell you exactly what they are. But first, let me ask you something. Have you noticed these changes in yourself or someone you love? Have you ever questioned why some people seem to age faster than others? Tell me in the comments. I remember the moment I first saw those numbers. It didn't seem real. We live in an age of medical advancements, better technology, better healthcare. So why were people dying younger? Why were seniors, who should be enjoying their golden years, slipping away before their time? I didn't think much of it at first. After all, 75 isn't young. But then I started looking deeper. I started asking questions. And what I found changed everything. Because while medicine can treat symptoms, it cannot extend life, not in the way we think. The real key to longevity isn't in pills or procedures, it's in something far more powerful, something that has been quietly shaping the lives of the longest living people on this planet. The mindset shift that adds 10+ years to your life. It starts in the mind. A study from Harvard found that people with a positive mindset live on average 7 to 10 years longer than those who see the world through a negative lens. Not months, not weeks, years. At first, it seems too simple. Can something as intangible as mindset really extend life? But the data doesn't lie. Optimism isn't just a feeling, it's a biological force. When you think positively, your body reacts, your cells regenerate faster, your immune system strengthens, your heart beats with more efficiency. Scientists have even found that stress hormones, like cortisol, are significantly lower in those who expect good outcomes, and lower cortisol levels mean slower aging. I met a man once who was 96 years old. He walked every morning. He still read new books, still learned new things. I asked him what his secret was. He laughed and said, "I wake up every day expecting it to be a good one." The brain-boosting secret doctors won't tell you. Most people think memory loss is inevitable, that forgetting things is just part of getting older. Doctors rarely talk about this, maybe because they don't believe people will do it, maybe because it sounds too simple. But studies show that a 5-minute daily habit can literally rewire the brain, keeping it sharp well into old age. It's called neuroplasticity. The brain's ability to reshape itself, to form new connections, to grow, at any age. Scientists used to think brain cells just died off with time, but now we know that's not true. The brain can be trained just like a muscle. And the people who live the longest, they never stop training it. The secret is novelty, new experiences, new knowledge, learning new skills, solving puzzles, engaging in activities that force the mind to think differently. This is the key to a sharp, resilient brain. He told me, the day you stop learning is the day you start dying. And he was right. So ask yourself this, when was the last time you tried something new? When was the last time you pushed your brain beyond routine? Because the difference between living a long life and simply growing old is what you choose to do with the time you have. It starts in the mind. The longevity diet, eat to live longer. If I told you that what you eat today determines how long you live tomorrow, would you believe me? Food is not just fuel, it is either your greatest medicine or your slowest poison. Every meal you eat is a decision, a choice between adding years to your life or taking them away. In a groundbreaking study from Harvard, researchers found that eating just a handful of nuts every day lowered the risk of early death by nearly 40%. Not a pill, not a supplement, just food, real, whole food. Nuts contain powerful compounds that reduce inflammation, protect the heart, and fuel the brain. They keep arteries clear, blood sugar stable, and cells young. And yet, most people don't eat them regularly. They reach for processed snacks instead. For sugar, for foods that slowly wear the body down. One small habit, one simple change, the difference between life and death. What centenarians around the world eat daily? They live longer than anyone else. The people of Okinawa, Japan, Sardinia, Italy, Icaria, Greece, Loma Linda, California. These places, known as the Blue Zones, have the highest concentration of centenarians in the world. People who don't just live long, but live well. They are not on diets. They do not count calories. They eat real food. Food their ancestors ate. Food that keeps the body young and the mind sharp. Yet, in the modern world, people eat differently. They eat foods that were never meant to be in the human body. Not all water is created equal. In fact, some of it is making you age faster. Scientists have found that many bottled waters contain microplastics and chemicals that interfere with hormones, metabolism, and even brain function. These chemicals disrupt longevity, accelerating aging at a cellular level. The longest living people drink natural mineral-rich water, not bottled, not chemically treated, water that nourishes the body instead of poisoning it. Movement is medicine, how to stay strong after 60. The moment you stop moving, you start dying. People think aging is what weakens them. But it isn't. It's inactivity. Muscles shrink, joints stiffen, blood stops flowing, and suddenly even standing becomes a challenge. One simple movement, one powerful exercise that has been scientifically proven to keep seniors strong, mobile, and independent for decades. It's called functional movement training. Exercises that mimic real-life activities. Squats, lunges, push-ups. These are not just workouts. They are the foundation of independence. The longest living people never stop moving, not in their 60s, not in their 80s, not even at 100. Muscles keep you strong, but flexibility keeps you functional. Most seniors don't fall because they're weak. They fall because they're stiff, because their bodies can no longer adapt to sudden movement. And a single fall can change everything. One fall, that's all it takes. A broken hip increases the risk of death by up to 50% in seniors. But here's what doctors won't tell you. Falls are preventable, with strength, with balance training, with one simple daily habit that keeps you standing tall forever. Your future is in your hands. Every bite you take, every step you make, every choice determines how long you stay here. Longevity is not an accident, it is a choice. A man named Fauja Singh. At 103, he became the oldest man to complete a marathon. Not once, not twice, but multiple times. He started running at 81, an age when most people think their best years are behind them. But Fauja, he proved them wrong. His secret? A plant-based diet, a daily walk, and an unshakable belief that age is nothing but a number. A 92-year-old woman called Rita Shaw was diagnosed with dementia. Doctors told her it would only get worse, that her memory would fade, that her mind would slip away, piece by piece. But they were wrong. She was given a future she refused to accept. Instead of letting dementia take her, she fought back. And her weapon? Music. Every day she played, every day she forced her brain to remember, and slowly the decline stopped. A simple habit, a daily act of discipline, and today, she still remembers. Another man named Luis Hernandez, 105 years old, a mechanic, a worker, a man who never stopped moving, never stopped learning, never stopped living. At an age when most have long retired, when most struggle to even walk, he still works. Every single day. Doctors asked him how he stayed so active, so sharp. His answer? The day you stop using your hands is the day your body forgets what they're for. These are not miracles. These are not lucky genetics. These are choices, habits. A mindset that refuses to accept weakness, that refuses to bow to time. They prove that longevity isn't just possible, it is attainable. It is earned. Which of these stories inspired you the most? Tell me in the comment section. The timeless wisdom for living beyond 75. Somewhere in the quiet corners of the world where time moves slower and wisdom speaks louder than noise, elders sit and share their secrets. Not theories, not guesses, but truths learned through decades of living, of watching, of understanding what truly matters. If you listen carefully, they all say the same thing. The secret to a long, healthy life isn't found in hospitals. It isn't locked away in some pill. It's in the simple things, the overlooked things, the things we stop doing when we start believing we are too old to change. The golden rules for a longer life, the 1% rule, how small daily changes lead to big results. There is a rule that the longest living people follow, though they may not even realize it. A rule so simple, so quiet, that most overlook it completely. It's called the 1% rule. The idea is simple. Improve your life by just 1% every day. Not by leaps, not by drastic changes, just by small, intentional steps. Over a year, that 1% compounds. The difference is barely noticeable at first, but after 365 days, it's life-changing. A daily walk instead of more screen time, a stretch before bed instead of another restless night, a moment of gratitude instead of another complaint. Small, almost invisible, but powerful beyond measure. The difference, one simple decision, repeated daily. Why finding purpose after 60 can be the ultimate lifesaver. There's a question no one asks after 60, a question more important than any doctor's prescription. Why do I wake up in the morning? In the longest living cultures, there is no word for retirement, not because they never stop working, but because they never stop living with purpose. Scientists have discovered that purpose is directly linked to longevity. People with a strong sense of purpose after 60 are less likely to suffer from heart disease, depression, and cognitive decline. Find something to care about, a skill to master, a cause to champion, a lesson to teach, a story to share, because the body only follows where the mind chooses to go. And those who wake up with a purpose, they keep going. For all the things we should do, there are just as many things we must stop, because longevity isn't just about what you add, it's about what you leave behind. Stop eating food that wasn't made by nature. Stop sitting more than you move. Stop believing aging means decline. Stop surrounding yourself with negativity. Stop saying it's too late. We started this journey with a question. Why do so many seniors never make it past 75? And now, you know the answer. But knowledge means nothing if it isn't used. So the real question is, what will you do now? Now, it's in your hands. The worst thing you can do is nothing. The easiest thing to say is I'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow has no guarantees. The years ahead, they are built by what you do today. The people who live the longest don't wait for change, they create it, and if they can do it, so can you. Make just one change and let it grow. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Just start with one change, one small decision, one step toward a future where you don't just survive, you thrive. Take a walk every morning. Swap one processed meal for something fresh. Challenge your brain. Read, learn, think. Surround yourself with people who bring you energy, not drain it. Wake up each day with a purpose, something to look forward to. Because every year you live is a year that still belongs to you. Now it's your turn to act. You've learned the truth. And if you found this valuable, don't stop here. There's more to discover, more to learn, more to apply. Because the time you have left is still yours to shape. Live fully, live intentionally, live long. If you've made it this far, thank you, truly. You could have spent your time anywhere, but you chose to be here. To learn, to grow, to invest in the years ahead, and that means something. We are building a community of wisdom, of strength, of people who refuse to accept limits on their future. And if you want to be part of this journey, if you want to continue learning, growing, and making every year count, then take a moment now to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to turn on post notifications so you never miss a new video. Because every piece of knowledge we share is meant to help you live longer, stronger, and happier. Thank you for being here. Thank you for believing in your future. Thank you for choosing to live fully. Until next time, take care and keep living.